On this beautiful day, today's Farkling day. I picked up my machine yesterday, had a wonderful 200-mile ride out on it yesterday, but missing quite a lot of the toys that need to be attached. I'm going to show you what I got. They all came from the east. I'm not going to mention the name of the online store I bought them from. Many of you can guess. Quality looks pretty good. I'm not complaining. I'm probably about a fifth of the price of the cost of other companies charge. So let me just go through them. We have the Fender on mudguard extensions, front and rear. We have the rubber mats for the top of the boxes. A case that goes underneath the top box. Then we have various bungs. One of the YouTubers, I'll put his name in later, was saying that the only problem he'd had with his 1250GS was the power switch kept cracking, so I've bought a protective cover for that. The side stand extender, a little guard there for the side stand switch, some buffers for the crash bars, a plug here that simply covers up the rear drive and protects that in case it falls over. Headlight guard. I don't want to fancy shelling out £1,500 for a new headlight, probably more than that now since they've made them all mechanical. And this has got both the metal and the perspex. And then we've got the toolbox. So let's get busy. First thing is quite simple. Simply add that onto there. Can't get any simpler than that. Next up is the side stand extender. As probably many of you know, the side stand likes to do some digging. Why BMW can't automatically make a bigger side foot peg, I don't know. The pad's just too small. So this, simply take out 3 screws, offer it up, put the 3 screws back in. Nothing simpler. Just add some more. It just adds some more surface area, makes the job a lot better. Now the bungs. Nothing very technical about these, they just simply fill up the holes. The manufacturer leaves with everything inside. Don't know why they can't just finish them off and do the job properly. So I'll just put these in, job done, simple. There we have them, fully fitted. 2 at the top. There's the other one. One in here, and there's one at the front. I know you can see it. That's them. Next is a Fender Extender. That's pretty easy to clip on. A couple of clips here. It should be fairly straightforward. So let's see how we get on. Ooh. Let's have a look. So this is going to be a bit of guessology, so I think they just go through like this. Hope you can see that. Same at the other side. Put them at the top, and then this just clips onto here. And you simply tighten the screws. So let's see how I get on. So looks like a nice addition. Hope you can see that. The screw tightens it on, and it just clamps. I don't know whether you can see that or not. It clamps on the inside, like so. Pretty simple. The rear one, just going to fasten on with 4 cable ties. Take the side box off to help us, and let's see what happens here. So this gets offered up to the mudguard. Slips up like that, and then cable ties are pushed in. Couldn't get any easier, and keeps all that muck off the that's coming in. Helps if you put them the right way around. Oh, there's another one. Found the hole straight away. No comments from you guys out there. Job done. Next up, we'll put on the crash bar guards. Simple screws, back plates, and again it looks like we can use the old Allen key that came with the foot pad extender, if I can find it. I'll be back in a second. So, kind of simple. Put them in position, fairly good fit, and stick the backing plate on. Can't be any easier than that. So I put it in position first, and I've just revolved it round. I'll locate the screws in. Look at me, I'm all fingers and thumbs this morning. Probably because I was up at 5 helping out in the shop. The less said about that, the better. Ugh. I'm going to revolve it a bit more. Obviously, I'm not going to tighten these screws up till it's in position. I just hope that I can get in then with the Allen key. Same as I hope you guys have been able to see this. I should be alright tying some of these up a little bit. Oil heads. And there you have them finished. Kind of simple. I think these are really different from BMW Fit. Look at the plate on there, fastened up with cable ties, just the same. Excuse me shaking, I'm pulling against the elastic on my neck. There you go. Just found out as well, the radiators, I've got no radiator guards on here. I always thought the Adventure came with radiator guards, but there you go, something else to look for. Number 2 now complete. Just added a bit of class and the lettering on them as well. Pretty good. Again, sorry for the shakes. Next we have the bung for the rear end. It's more than a bung, it's a fall protection thing for the back axle. First we'll have to take out the BMW. I've actually put a plug in here. Just a simple push plate, and this is quite simply on a taper. So as you tighten the screw at the end, it's a 4mm Allen bolt. As you tighten it, it pulls it in. So let's Pretty simple. Slacken it off, offer it up, and tighten up. That's it, and we'll keep that for later on, just in case we decide to move again. Yeah, let's have a look at this, the good old headlight protector. These should just push fit. I'm just going to pull these out. Oh, first of all, pull the top out. It's on a hinge. Perspex comes out like yon. Now I watched Teapot One do one of these, so I'm just going to copy his method and put some masking tape in to hold the screws in here. So I'll come back and show you what I do. So, having looked at the fittings, the easiest way of doing it is to undo the side pieces. Bit of overkill here. I'll be sore when I put it back together. There we go. So what we've got is, let me get this right, that goes like that, screw at the top and then bolt in the bottom. So let me just see how this placement goes. So one screw, two screws need to be undone. I'm definitely not scared of using somebody else's advice, so Mr. Teapot, thank you very much for this. If nobody watches him, Teapot One does a great video channel, and believe me, his videos are a lot smoother than mine. So this comes in from a screw at the bottom. It goes in like that, and believe me, the screw from the bottom is going to be a pain. I already take the two screws out of the top. So as he says, locate the screw in there. I'm going to use good old American duct tape. Not duct tape, not quack quack. Duct as in AC systems. And just put that in to hold the nut in place. And then I'll come back once I've cursed and sworn a bit. Okay? So having put the piece in position, I'm just going to loosely offer up this screw back here. not tighten it, just offer it up, because then I can fish about from the bottom. And the same with the other side. The screw's already tacked up in there, look. Offer that in position. Hiya! Yeah. So, as you saw me put the tape on, I've now got these back in position. So I just tighten these back up. Yeah, they were a bit of a bugger to get underneath, and thank you Teapot. The act of putting that tape on made a big difference. Sorry for the interlude. I've just been trying to work out how this goes, but what I've ended up doing is just slackening the screws off a bit so that I can get it to locate. It is pretty simple, but just that little bit give. Quite pleased with that. Let's see what happens. Perfect. So we fixed the Gremlin Bell. There's a legend behind this, and if anybody has followed my channel before, they'll probably know that I used to live in the United States, moved here back to the UK in 2019, but I still like to keep some of these traditions alive. The legend is that a small bell attached to your motorcycle close to the ground catches the evil road spirits. The little gremlins live on your motorcycle, causing all kinds of mechanical issues and problems. The cavity of the bell attracts those evil spirits, but the constant ringing drives them insane and they fall to the ground. Have you ever wondered where potholes come from? Well, now you know. That's the bell fitted. There she is, simply attached to the crash bars. Don't know whether the jingling will make me go insane or not. Next up is the protection for this little switch here. This is the side stand switch. So first of all, you need a T30. I thought it was a Allen key, but it wasn't. It's a T30. So just undo that. That's just the thing to hold the switch on. Now we need an Allen key again. Ugh. That seems to be working fine this time. And again, a couple of cable ties. And that looks fine. Good. So a little bit of guessology here. So as you can see, I've put the bracket on here. Got like butterflies that grab on. Here's a bracket, and then this thing goes around the frame. So I'll come back in a minute. There's also the rest of the screws that you see here. I'll take it there for blanking the holes off that aren't used. So as I say, I'll come back in a minute. Okay, that was definitely a bit of a bugger putting that box on. I ended up having to cut down some of the nuts that were too long for the coach bolts on the blanking side, but hey, it's fitted, and the good news is it'll fit left or right side. On the new 1250GS, obviously it fits on the left side. On the older bikes, on the right side, when the exhaust used to be on the other side. So I'm just going to show you the results of the cursing and swearing. It's like a butterfly locking piece that goes in the back, similar in the front. You'll see inside I put the coach bolts on the blanking side, it'll focus, and I put the nylocks on the side that are actually holding it on. On the front, similar nylocks, and then this clamps on here. Looks like it's already coming out, so I'll need to reposition that. So the last job on the agenda is to put on the pads on the top of the tank. Just need to do a bit of trimming here. What we've done is we've stuck up these nice pads. We're going camping next week, so I want to make sure that the boxes don't get scratched. Maybe black wasn't the best of ideas. Tends to show every mark, but they're good. We've got the bungs put in, looks good. I've got my Alaskan sheepskin seat. Believe it or not, I like it in the summertime. It stops the seat getting hot. Nothing worse than, yeah, I'm not going to say any more. Cup holder back, it's a ram mount cup holder, self-leveling. A lot of use out of that. I'm still waiting for a phone charger, etc. You can now get an adapter so you can put your iPhone or your Galaxy phone or whatever you've got in the GPS mount. We've got the protector here. Walking now, we've got the studs on here. Walking to the front. We've got dual layers of protection on the headlight because we've got the perspex. And then the metal. As I said, there's no radiator guard yet, so something else to order. This side, we've got the side stand, extension, Hopefully I'm not going to catch on that. And I found my original bell, so I've put that on. Toolbox, bit of a devil to fit. I'm not sure 100% like the connections. If anybody's got any ideas for making those a bit stronger, let me know. But there you go, all fitted. Little bag under here, I put tyre repair kit in there. And that's it, good to go. Oh, the other thing I had was the metal cap for here. That's a Wonderlic. Cost me a fortune, so I took it off my last bike. She's ready for action. Meanwhile, I've got to go do some shopping.